Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, what's going on? Bitcoin has reacted again to the green reversal area, has again moved out of this reversal box and out of the channel, and has made that lower low that I mentioned in the last couple of videos based on this WXYXZ wave pattern. If anybody would like to see a little bit of a greater overview of where we are with Bitcoin on the longer time frame, and also get some more, get an opinion on the higher level wave count, then please check out my last video. Talked about the daily chart and so on. So because I always get the questions, but I can't repeat it in every video. Therefore, let's take a look at the more imminent wave count. We still can be, I don't want to say confident, but we can be carefully optimistic that the low for Bitcoin is in. I'm not confident enough to definitely confirm that to you. Therefore, I'm giving it at the moment only a 60% probability. We still have not seen the first relevant impulse to be completed. We are still very much stuck here at the beginning. But if you take a look at, for example, the BNB chart before it started to pump, it looked fairly similar to Bitcoin. So we don't need much more. We just need one more large wave to the upside here to finally finish that wave 3 off. And that would bring Bitcoin finally out of this sort of, you could call it a flag structure. And it's still in it, but it needs to break out. And that is sort of the wave that we need. That could also change the sentiment around Bitcoin a little bit. There's already a few things here that look positive. For example, here, this sort of curve that is forming in this flag pattern, which we've seen now also with BNB, for example. BNB has made nice performance here, or performed very nicely over the last few days. But yeah, this is where we currently are. Overall, we can still count in the bullish scenario, 60% probability. We can count here a wave 1, a wave 2, and we're now in the wave 3. Now, the bearish scenario is still possible. I mentioned it in more detail in the last video. So let's take a look at where we are now imminently, because Bitcoin is moving out again of this channel. Yeah, I mentioned in the last couple of videos that what could be forming here due to the weakness in the chart, and we didn't see a new high, which is what we needed for the bullish scenario. Because we didn't see that, I adjusted the wave count here before we saw that lower low and mentioned to you that we might see here this head and shoulders pattern play out, continuation to the downside. And well, we didn't really go max out the target range, but we made that lower low in a wave Z, and now we even made a slightly higher high, and is now all about breaking above this wave X high. So the bulls need to be breaking about this or above the wave X, and that is at 23, let's say 23.6K. I had a few questions. What is actually a WXYXZ pattern? What is the difference between a 5-wave structure? Well, you can clearly see the difference between a 5-wave move here and the WXYXZ. So an impulse is a 5-wave move like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, the impulse is going up. You also get impulsive waves moving down. Of course, an impulse always moves into the direction of the higher level trend. In this case, the impulse moved to the upside. So we can count that. That's also why I believe with 60% probability that the low was already in, because the trend might have changed to the upside. You can see a lot of green in here, long waves, strong waves. That's always an indication for an impulse. And the very long ones are usually a wave 3. Right. Now, what is a WXYXZ? So you can see that the impulse is part of the wave 1. Yeah, you can see that the wave 1 contains 5 waves. A wave 3 also contains 5 waves. It's an impulsive wave. And a wave 5 also contains 5 waves. However, the waves 2 and 4 are corrective. So you can see this one is a wave 2. After the wave 1, obviously you get the wave 2. The wave 2 is a corrective wave. Now, in a most simple form, that could be an ABC correction, 3 waves. Basically, something like this. And that is what most analysts, hobby analysts, whatever, would use if they count a wave 2, for example, or a correction. Now, it then gets more complex with a WXY pattern. That's sort of the next step in the evolution, WXY. Each of these waves consists of a corrective wave. So you get basically, it's also called a double 3. So you normally get the wave W is a corrective wave, for example, an ABC in itself. The wave Y is an ABC, and the wave X is a connector. So it's also called a 7-wave structure. You've got 3 waves here, 3 waves, and you call the connector a 1 wave basically. Even though the wave X also consists usually of 3 waves, but you call it a 7-wave structure, WXY. And then it's also called a double 3. And then you get the triple 3 here, the WXYXZ pattern, where you get a triple 3, so basically an ABC in the W, an ABC in the Y, and an ABC in the Z. So 3 corrective structures, all connected with a connector wave. It's called an 11-wave structure. And that's what's playing out. Whenever a wave combination isn't entirely clear, you can ask yourself, is it maybe a WXY or even a WXYXZ? And in my opinion, this worked out pretty well here. I mentioned yesterday when we were around this wave X here that we might see that wave Z coming down. That worked out. And yeah, it's a corrective wave structure. And each of these subwaves, it doesn't necessarily need to be an ABC. You know, we could also see a triangle in one of these subwaves, or we could see a WXY in one of these subwaves. So this is what's possible. And it's always a bit more difficult to understand, but you'll get there. You'll get there. It takes a bit of time because the Elliott Wave method is rather an advanced method. Okay, so however, it could be that we finish this wave Z, yeah, somewhere here in the green range. Ideal level for that would have been, I think 22.2 actually, yeah, that 61.8% FIB level. We didn't quite get there. Let's see if that is something sustainable. You can see we're already struggling to get past this previous swing high, but really important, and that is what for me would indicate that the wave 2 is over. Very important would be a move above the wave X here, and that is again at 23.6K. Then we would also break above this ascending trend line, this resistance line that we really need to get above to then move higher in a wave 3. And if we can break out of that, next target would be 24.3K and 25.7, or let's say 25,755. All of this is still valid. I explained it yesterday. As long as we hold the 20,722 level, as long as this level is holding, we can again maintain this bullish scenario as primary. Okay. And that's my view about Bitcoin. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.